Hi, my name's Jim Schnyder, and welcome to my speakeasy. Thanks for joining me in my home. In college, I was named Entrepreneur of the Year, and many years later, I'm the proud founder of my very own consulting firm. While leadership was never something I actively sought out, it's afforded me a wonderful life with my beautiful family. Yet, there's nothing I love more than getting my hands dirty and doing the dirty work. And the best way to keep my skills sharp and win a few sourcing Grandmaster championships along the way is actively use and stay close to the tech that's getting me the results. It's this dual perspective as a leader and individual contributor that has made me an effective talent advisor. And today I'm going to show you how you can embrace a similar role when assessing the talent market. So let's go over to my office and I'll show you some tips, tricks, and hireEZ hacks for doing just that. To be an effective talent advisor, I leverage hireEZ insights and take a different approach than a lot of recruiters do. So let me show you how I do that. The first thing that I do is, because most individuals will start off in hireEZ with going under the sourcing tab, which is great, and you're taught how to do that. But the issue is what happens is you have to go through and you have to look at a number of profiles. You're looking at 2,000 people that might match. So what I do that's a little bit different is I actually start off on insights. And the reason I like doing that is because it allows me a more visual approach, and I do what's called almost no-look sourcing, because I'll go in when I do my insights. It's the same interface that you would have under sourcing, except now when I do my search or I get my results, I'm actually going to just see images and like graphs. So let's say that I'm looking for someone that is a cybersecurity analyst or something like that. And let's look here. It might help if I put it in the right spot. So the great thing about hireEZ is it brings in all of the potential titles that you would want. So I'm going to be looking for an engineer, and I'm actually also going to be looking for someone that is I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth, so I might as well look for someone within a commutable radius of, let's say, like Plano. So if I look at Plano, Texas, 50 miles, I want to generate insights. So what happens is now what I'm doing is I'm actually looking at visually how many people are here. Now 6,629 professionals, way too many for me to look at. But what I want to do is I start looking at the insights only. So now I can start seeing, and the reason I like doing this as a talent advisor to my customers is that I can start counseling them on what is the supply and what does the supply look like. So I can say, most of your people who would be a cybersecurity engineer, their skills that hireEZ is extracted from their profile shows these. So if you're looking for somebody that is in management or somebody that has information security or network security, you might just want to focus on that. The other is that if you want to open up your search, meaning like expand your targets and find those hidden gem companies that you may not have known were within a commutable radius or within the area of your search, you can come in here and see who some of those companies are. So that's another great way of opening up the search. The other thing that I like looking at is I get asked a lot of times for diversity as well. So you have the ability of seeing that all at one look. And then also the years. The other thing that's really cool about this is that what I can just do is just dive in straight into I can go in and I can look for the profiles, or I can actually stop, and now I can still do a little bit more parsing down of the data. So let's say this is a banking customer that I am doing some work for. So I hover over this and I know there's 475. That's more manageable of a number for me. So what I do is I click on that and it'll now take me down to who are those 475. So the reason that I go with this approach is instead of having gone through 6,600 profiles, I'm now able to go down and visually figure this all out for the individuals. Now, the other piece that I really like about this, and sometimes people will forget how to do this as well, is you can, as a talent advisor to your customer, is now spin and show them a report. So the thing that you can do that a lot of people forget is you can actually take this export and you can export it out as a PDF. So why is that important? Because you now have a picture of the data that you can share with the hiring manager. You are now being seen as an external consultant to them, counseling them on the external supply of talent that's out there. You can even configure this with, if you only want to show certain things, you can move these around. Like you can say these are the top companies, so you can move stuff to be on your export the way that you want it to be exported. And you would just click here and it would export the PDF, or it would export it to a spreadsheet. Now, the one thing, just as my piece, just to share with you, is that whenever you're doing this, just make sure they understand this is the total supply of talent, not the people that are out there looking for jobs at the present moment. So just make sure that they are quite aware of that as well. But that's something that I would tell you is something that I see as a differentiator, and that's something that I found that I think is a hireEZ tip that you may not have considered. So hopefully that helps. So one other key feature that I really like, that I really believe is underutilized, is the capability within hireEZ for you to share profiles with hiring managers, or if you're a sourcer, to be able to share it with a recruiter to get their take on whether or not they like the individual. But the cool thing is, they don't necessarily have to be a user of hireEZ. Now, you would want them to be, but if they are not a user, here's the way that you would do that. So why don't I take, I've got 475, why don't I go ahead and I will just look at some of these profiles, and I'll just take, say, the first person, Jorge, or King Penson, that's a pretty cool name, or Kenny. Why don't I take Kenny? And what I can do is I can say, Kenny looks like he's an information assurance engineer, so I can go into his profile. Now, what I can do is I can actually save him to a project, which there's a couple ways that I can do this. So what I'll do is I'll just add him to a project really quick. I'll just call it Jim test _ right? So I have saved him to a profile. So now what's really cool is that if I want to share Kenny's background, I go into one of my projects, I go into _test. Kenny should be here now, right? So Kenny is here, and I have the capability of being able to share this profile with a hiring manager. So what's cool is that even though the person may not be if the person is a user, this is where you could, type in a name if you had it. But if I'll just put in my email address, which is one of mine. And what I am doing is that I can save and I can share this profile with the email address of the person that is of the email address. It doesn't have to be a Gmail, it can be anybody's email address, and you just click share. Or alternatively, what you can do is you can hit copy link. So I'm going to hit share, but I also copied the link. Now, why did I copy the link? Because I want to show you what the view is for that individual. So what would happen is that the hiring manager, the recruiter, whomever, this is what they would see. So when they come in, this is their view. This is what they see. So they get to see some notes, if there's resume, if there's anything else around the individual, they would be able to see that person. So they would be able to actually add a note. They would be able to tell you if this person is a good fit. It's just really beneficial. So as you can see, it's a key capability within hireEZ for you to be more effective, to be able to share potential profiles that you want to get kind of like, is this person a good fit or not? From, if you're a sourcer, the recruiter, or if you're a recruiter or sourcer working with a hiring manager, you can share the profiles with them and get feedback from them. So it's a really powerful feature that's within hireEZ that I don't see people use quite often, and a lot of people may not even know about it. So hopefully that helps. For more information on becoming better, faster, and stronger at hiring, visit hireEZ.com.